Okay, so I'm going to call this video, What is your stance on the Edomites, Vocab Malone? What is your stance on the Edomites, Vocab Malone? Let me start by saying all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bar Shem Yahweh Shai Bar Shem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Now, since Vocab is riding the prophetic train now, since he's into breaking down prophecies, that's a question that I would like to be answered, if I'm worthy, from the great Vocab Malone, and that is, what is your stance on the Edomites? Because years ago you said that the Edomites were done away with. Okay, and this was a video. What inspired me to do this video was a video Elder Pastor put up. I think it was yesterday. That's the title of the video. Vocab Malone is breaking down prophetic scriptures now. Yeah, he's born again hard. Vocab Malone is born again hard. Anyway, what's your stance on the Edomites, man? That's what I would like to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. Okay? And just like Elder Pastor said, Vocab Malone came on Elder Pastor's video and put a couple of comments, as you see here. And here's a comment from Vocab here, replying to Yahweh Shai is King 144. I'm not in the Hall Lindsay school. I'm not in the Hall Lindsay school. And he put a laughing emoji. And Hall Lindsay, man, that guy, he knew a lot. Hall Lindsay. Okay? I mean, he don't know as much as you know, us that are in the truth. Okay, we've been given 100% truth, beginning with Elder Pastor on down. But Hall Lindsay was pretty up there. I mean, I believe he's still alive. I looked him up. That guy is 96 years old. Anyway, so Elder Pastor put a comment here replying to Vocab's previous comment about, like it says here, why was one side of the bear raised up higher than the other? And that's in response to the Medo-Persian Empire. First the Medes came up, and then the Persians. Darius the Mede took down the Babylonians, and then the Persians then took down the Medes. That's what is meant by one side came up higher than the other. The Persians overtook the Medes, but it was two separate kingdoms. Anyway, as you can see, I posted a comment because when I read that Elder Pastor's comment, I said, you know what, I'm going to mess with this guy, Vocab. I said, hey, Vocab, you once said Edomites are not around anymore. Do you still believe that? So far, 2 people thumbed it up. So I'm very interested into knowing what his stance is on that. Does he still believe that the Edomites are done away with? Because here, you take the top class family of the Edomites, the Rothschild family. They know that they're of the line of Esau, Edom. Okay, this is from, you always hear me reference this document here, this web page here, the master plan of the illuminated Rothschilds. Ron Patton interviews Marion Knox. Ron Patton, or rather Marion Knox, like it says here, Marion Knox is a farmer, gospel singer, and counselor from Lebanon, Oregon. For several years, he has been helping set people free from the effects of ritual abuse and mind control. So that's the statistics on Marion Knox. So Ron Patton went to Marion Knox about some information concerning the Rothschilds. Let's read it here. It says, Marion has uncovered startling information concerning the inner workings of the Illuminati. the Rothschilds, and a possible end times scenario. So this, he's been studying about, like it says, about the Illuminati, Rothschilds, etc. Okay, so now I'm going to get to where he tells Ron Patton in the interview that the Rothschilds believe that their line goes all the way back to Esau. And it makes sense. Rothschild in German is Rothschild, which means red shield. Now, a child is also known as a shield. Like sons, they would be a shield to their father. They help carry on their father's name, so they're like a shield to him. So red shield or Rothschild means red child. Now when you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, it tells you that Esau came out red. All right, because he came out minus pigment. The blood in his body showed forth through his skin for lack of melanin, lack of pigment. So that's a case of Norman Omen, which Norman Omen literally means name prediction. One's name would predict what they would do or what they would be. Okay? So that's a clear-cut case of Norman Omen. But anyway, RP right here is Ron Patton. So Ron Patton asked Marion Knox this question: can you be more specific as to the role the Rothschilds play into all of this? Right? What is their role in this New World Order, in the scheme of things? Which, by the way, the Rothschild family is the most powerful family on the planet Earth, man. Edomite family. Okay? Well, Marion Knox says it right here. Well, most people who are into conspiracy know the Rothschilds are the most powerful family in the world, right? And this goes back to the reason why they're the most powerful family in the world, even though they don't want you to know that. As a matter of fact, do you know there was a song, it went, If I Was a Rothschild. Before it became If I Was a Rich Man, it was If I Was a Rothschild. You know, the song that's sung in the theatrical play and then movie called Fiddler on the Roof. If I was a rich man, yabba dabba dabba. Some of you might have heard that song, right? It was actually If I Was a Rothschild, but it was changed because the Rothschilds, one of the ways they keep their fortune is to stay hidden. They like to be hidden. A lot of these individuals that are top members in society, a lot of them, their name was Rothschild, but they changed it. Actually, the Rothschild name was Bauer. Maya Emshel Bauer. When you read the history, Maya Emshel Bauer changed his name to Rothschild after he got into the banking business. And he started his own banking business. They broke off from the Oppenheimers. Maya Emshel Bauer broke off from the Oppenheimers and Oppenheimer family, and then started his own banking business, and he put a shield over his door to advertise his business. And that's where the term Rothschild came about. After a while, they stopped being known as the Bauer family, and they went from that to the Rothschild family, based upon that red shield. And by the way, that's that same shield that you see when you go down highways like I-95 here in America. When you go down I-95, you see that shield there. That shield goes back to the Rothschild, or the red shield. Also, the shield that the police wear, the badge, it goes back to the Rothschilds, because really the police, they work for the Rothschilds on a lower capacity. Anyway, when you go to the scripture, Genesis, one of the main reasons why they're the most powerful family on the planet Earth is because that's their blessing that they received from Isaac, from our forefather Isaac. Hold on a second. Yeah, Genesis 27. Let's read about the blessing that Esau received. Genesis 27. And that's why they're ruling the whole planet Earth. in wickedness, mind you, because they're the wicked. The head of the wicked begins with the Rothschilds. This is a family that finances wars and creates wars, rather, and finances both sides. That's documented history. There's a book called Secrets of the Federal Reserve by Eustace Mullins. That book goes all into the history of the Rothschilds, how they took over the banking industry and how they set up the Federal Reserve and all that. That's why the book is called Secrets of the Federal Reserve. As a matter of fact, on the cover of the book, right, on the cover of the book, bear with me for a minute. Now hold on to this because I'm going to need this. Let me get another browser for you. I'm going to type in Secrets of the Federal Reserve. Secrets of the Federal Reserve. Eustace. There you go. Secrets of the Secrets of the Federal Reserve. There it is. And I actually have this book. Where it is, I do not know. Somewhere in the basement, maybe. Gotta really look for it. But here it is right there. That's the book. Now, do you see that eagle there? Now, wait a minute. The symbol of the Edomites is the eagle. Hold up. Let's prove that. Let's prove that. Let's prove that. Let's go to Obadiah. Because Vocab, you said the Edomites are done away with. What's your stance on that, buddy? Buddy? Obadiah 1. And now look at the subject matter here. Edom will be humbled. Edom's judgment announced. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power. His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahushai. Concerning Edom. So the subject matter is Edom. So let's jump down to the 4th verse. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Though thou exalt thyself, you Edomites, as the eagle. Beginning with the head family, the Rothschild family. Now that illustration there is taken from literature of the Rothschilds. Okay. You have the eagle there. I'm trying to blow it up so you can see. You have the eagle there with the 5 arrows in its talons, right? Talons. Those 5 arrows go back to the 5 sons of Mayam Shelbawa, which he set up his 5 sons to run the banking business after his death. Okay? And the most popular one of his sons that carried on the dynasty was Nathan Mayer Rothschild. And to this very day, you have something called NM and Sons Rothschild, which goes back to Nathan Mayer Rothschild. He was the most shrewdest one out of the 5 sons. Okay, so the secrets of the Federal Reserve. And what do you see here? An eagle. Because the Rothschilds, they control and own the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is just a private organization with a government name. It was a small hat from Germany that told them to give, what's the word I'm looking for? That company, for lack of a better term, that they had created from Jekyll Island. When you go back into the history, 1910, you had all these top banking members, 6 or 7 of them, or maybe it might have been 8 of them. I don't remember the exact number. But among them was a guy by the name of, a small hat from Germany, by the name of Paul Warburg. And it was Paul Warburg that said to the rest of the men at Jekyll Island that, no, we can't call it the Aldrich Bill, which is what they wanted to call it. He said, we got to give it a government sounding name. Paul Warburg said that. And they came up with the name Federal Reserve. Okay. Now, all this information is in this book called The Secrets of the Federal Reserve. And it's a fascinating read, you know, if you get into that kind of stuff. All right, and that's by Eustace Mullins, which you can find videos of Eustace Mullins on YouTube. All you got to do is type in Eustace Mullins, and some of his videos will pop up. So going back to, so now we see the connection between the Rothschilds and the eagle. And you go back to Obadiah, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, the Rothschilds are definitely exalted in this society. And here it says, over here, going back to the document, it says the Rothschild family, right, is the most powerful family. It is right here. Can you be more specific as to the role of the Rothschilds play into all of this? Mary Knox, well, most people who are into conspiracy know the Rothschilds are the most powerful family in the world, right? And there's a reason for that, because it goes back to prophecy. Genesis 20 is the blessing that they received. Genesis 27. Now let's read it. Genesis 27 and 39 is the blessing that Esau begged for. We'll start at 38. And Esau said unto his father being Isaac, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Meaning you're going to live tremendously wealthy. All right, this is their kingdom right now. This is the Edomites' kingdom, beginning with the Rothschild family. This is their kingdom right now. See, now when Yahushua comes back, he's going to remove them from power. They're going to go from riches to rags. They're going to go from kings to peasants to slaves, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. There you go. That starts with the Rothschild family. That's the prophecy in Psalm 149, beginning at the 5th verse. So this is why the Rothschilds have everything. Like it says here, going back to the document, they're the most powerful family in the world. Right, so now you know why. It goes back to Bible prophecy. That was the blessing that they received, beginning with Esau. They received from Isaac. Okay, and they're living out, we're in the final years of Esau's kingdom. They're living out their blessing. Okay. So now, let me give you another example. Show you how the Rothschilds live. Give you an idea of how they live. Get another browser. Let me type in Waddesdon Manor. Waddesdon. I don't think I spelled that right. Waddesdon Manor. There it is right here. Waddesdon Manor. Look at that. Look at how these devils live. Look at all these damn pop-ups. My goodness, man. I can't even, just nothing but pop-ups. There you go. See that? It's the home, one of the many homes of the Rothschilds. Waddesdon Manor. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The Rothschilds at Waddesdon. Waddesdon Manor is a country house in the village of Waterston in Buckinghamshire, England, owned by the National Trust and managed by the Rothschild Foundation. The Rothschilds own that thing, man. They own that thing, lock, stock, and barrel. Do the Rothschilds still live at Waterston Manor? Watch, they're probably going to say no. When James D. Rothschild died in 1957, he bequeathed Waterston Manor 120 acres of grounds and its contents to the National Trust, which is owned by the Rothschilds. Come on. See, they're playing games. They don't want you to know just how wealthy they really, really are. But the reason why they own everything goes back to Bible prophecy. Genesis, their blessing. Genesis 27, beginning at the 38th verse. After Esau cried like a bitch for a blessing, because he had been supplanted out of his blessing, his blessing. I forgot the other term. How powerful is the Rothschild family? The Rothschild family is a wealthy and influential banking dynasty originating from Germany. Yep, came out of Germany. Family name was Bauer. His birthright, that's the word I was looking for, birthright. They gained prominence in the 18th century, establishing banking businesses across Europe, particularly in finance and investments. And that's what that eagle with the arrows in its talons is all about. How they control the banking business of Europe through the 5 sons. You had one son that was sent to they're already in Germany, so one son took over Germany. This is after the death of Mayim Shalbara. Another son took over Italy, finance over there. Another was sent to France, I believe, and one was sent to England. That's the one that became the most prominent, Nathan Meyer Rothschild. He was the most shrewdest one. Okay? So going back to this document here, get ready to wrap this video up. So this document will let you know that the Rothschilds know, let's read it right here. The Rothschilds know their lineage. Lineage is very important to them. Their lineage goes all the way back to Edom, Esau. Let me give you some background information. This is Marion Knox speaking to Ron Patton. On one level, the Rothschilds secretly call themselves the House of David, which they're not. From the tribe of Judah. They're not from the tribe of Judah. Now, Rothschild translated, that's what they want to be, but they're not. Now, Rothschild translated from German to English means red shield. Now, what color was Esau? Red. Esau, the Hebrew word for Esau is Aishawa, or Aishashwa, right, which means he wasted. What's wasted on him? His pigment. Now, the word Edom is from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. So there you go. Rothschild translated from German to English means red shield. During biblical times, the Edomites fortress, which the word Edomite in the Hebrew is Adawam, which means red. The Edomites fortress was the red rocks of Petra. So Marion Knox is making the connection of the Rothschilds going all the way back to the Edomites. During biblical times, the Edomites' fortress was the red rocks of Petra. Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, was described as red and hairy. Actually, he was red, right? So this information fits perfectly with what survivors have been telling me, that on a deeper level, hey, Vocab, you ready to go to that deeper level? The Rothschilds are also claiming to be descendants of Esau, which Esau is Edom, Genesis 36:8, and thus are really from the house or tribe of Esau, which indeed they are. Their lineage goes back all the way to Esau, the Edomites. What they're trying to do is get the birthright back from the house of Jacob, who are the real Jews, and that's us, the real Israelites. And they know that we're the real Israelites. The Rothschilds do. They know. Okay, so that's what they're trying to do. That's what the New World Order is all about. Them trying to get back their birthright, which is to control everybody in wickedness. So You still believe, Vocab, that the Edomites are done away with? That's what I want to know. Okay? The Edomites are still around. Even the Apostle Paul talked about the Edomites. Hebrews 12 and 16. And if you don't believe that they're not around, what war took them all out? Took all the Edomites out? What war eviscerated all the Edomites, every last one of them? Tell me what war that was. They'll probably say the Judah, what was that, the Roman Edomite War, something like that, I think it's called. Nope, the Edomites are still around, buddy. Hebrews 12 and 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For you know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So there's no repentance for Esau, the Edomites. Furthermore, here's a prophecy in Obadiah that hasn't been fulfilled yet, which proves the Edomites are still around. Obadiah, the 1st chapter. Again, Edom will be humble. That's the title. When you go down to the 18th verse, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's the nation of Israel, essentially, all 12 tribes. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord have spoken it. Right, so this is after the Edomites served the Israelites in captivity, slavery. Because the Edomites are going into slavery underneath the Israelites. So after 1,000 years of slavery, they will be done away with, according to this prophecy here. So are the Edomites still around? Absolutely. So what say you, Vocab? All right, what say you? Since you're into prophecy, I bet you he won't touch that. He won't touch about the Edomites. All right. I bet you he won't do that. Like I said here in my comment. Hey, Vocab, you once said Edomites are not around anymore. Do you still believe that? So on that note, I'll say shalom to the Lord's elect, and I'll see you in the next one.